50, 60, sometimes 80 hours a week, we knew something had to be different. And when Kyani came along, it was definitely different. Today, looking back, it's easy for us to share Kyani with anybody and everybody because we've seen how different our lives have changed and so many people around the world. And at this point, it would be incredibly selfish of us not to share with everybody.
One of the things with Kyani that has been a true blessing is the fact that we get to spend so much time with our children. I joke with Becky sometimes that we spend way too much time with our kids. But
more than most people want to spend with their kids.
More than most people want to, but it's so rewarding to be able to have that time. Imagine taking your kids to Peru to see Machu Picchu, or taking them to China to see the Great Wall, or taking them to Japan, or anywhere it is in the world. To learn these things firsthand and instruct them. That alone has completely changed the way our kids see the world.
Today we get a chance to travel around the world. I mean, we didn't know where Koh Samui, Thailand was before, the Maldives, Bora Bora, all of these places. When we got involved in Kyani, we definitely had vision and we had dreams. Your vision gets bigger and your dreams get bigger. I know when I got involved in Kyani, I think if someone had told me that I'd be on stage and training in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people, I'm pretty sure I would not have signed the application. But it's amazing how much we grow as people, and the one thing that Kyani has allowed us to do is challenge ourselves.
One thing I wasn't expecting to find in Kyani was the humanitarian effort that Kyani invests a lot of time, money, and resources in to accomplish a common goal to help, humankind, wherever it might be in the world, and have Kyani make that such a priority in our mission. The way that Kyani celebrates leadership is absolutely ridiculous. You can go on stage, be handed the keys to a new car, get a rank bonus check for a ridiculous amount of money, and be awarded and celebrated by your favorite song, and thousands of people applauding and screaming, confetti shooting everywhere. I mean, it's amazing. It's awesome. I mean, I don't know any other history where you can be so recognized and rewarded for your achievements. And it's one of the things that, really helps people to progress in this industry.
I was a former stay-at-home mom.
I was a former systems engineer.
And we lived in Kyani.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyani, Black Diamond, and CEO Council member, Becky Bursell.
Who's the next person to win a free car today? I hope so. It's so fun for us to be able to get together with our Kyani events. For us, it feels like a family reunion. Like we've gone too long without seeing each other, without being a part of each other's lives. And building our own businesses, sometimes it takes us in opposite directions. So for us, these events, it's better than Disneyland. It's better than anything else you can do outside of these stores in Las Vegas. So we appreciate you guys taking time. How many of you guys, this is your very first event? Raise your hands. Wow. We're so excited to have you guys and be a part of this. It feels like it wasn't that long ago that we were sitting in our first Kyani event. It looked a little different than it does today. We got involved in Kyani. It's been just over and literally a handful. In fact, when we went to an event, it was to meet the brand new CEO, Mr. Michael Gutierrez, who had been involved with Kyani for just a couple of days, and to meet Mr. Kirk Hansen. And my husband and I and my best friend from California came with us. We were going to go check out this blueberry thing. How many of you guys have ever gone to check out the blueberry thing? Remember that day? You weren't quite sure what you were in for. And we walked into a room in Ogden, Utah. Most of you don't even know where that is. There were less than 25 people there. There were a lot of cowboy boots, I remember that. And we sat through a presentation, and afterwards, when we were getting up, we got to meet Mr. Michael Gutierrez, we got to meet Mr. Kirk Hansen,
And have you guys ever been around someone where you just knew greatness was there? Greatness was present. And that's exactly the feeling that we got when we were around Mr. Kirk Hansen and some other peers. But when we left there, you know, we had been used to being in rooms there where there were arenas. There were 12,000, 15,000, 18,000 people when we were training on stage. And we weren't happy there, though. It wasn't an exciting opportunity for us. It was more a hope and a someday. And every time we got to that place where it was supposed to be great, somehow it was still another someday. And it became really exhausting. So when we left there, I remember my girlfriend turning to me and being like, aren't you so glad we came here before you decided to do it? Like, can you imagine why there's only like 20 people in that room? And I said, no, you guys, look at what we can do. There's only 20 people in that room. What can we actually do with what we have going on? And even though we have thousands of people here today, you guys, I promise you a year from now, 2 years from now, even if it took you 8 years to become a black diamond, to have over 400,000 distributors in your organization worldwide, how many of you feel like that might be worth the time? What took us 8 years to do, every person in this room could do in the next 2 years. 2 years. 2 years of absolute tunnel focus, no distractions, becoming obsessed with your dreams. Kyani will give you everything you've ever looked for, you guys, financially, emotionally, being able to become that leader that you would want to follow, let alone ask other people to follow. Just by being in this environment long enough, all of those things will happen. I want to talk about a millionaire mindset. Because if you got involved in Kyani to become a jade, you're selling yourself short. If you got involved in Kyani to become a diamond, you're not thinking big enough yet. If you haven't already visualized yourself at double black diamond, you need to kick yourself in the rear. I do the exact same thing today that I do at Black Diamond, and a year ago at Double Red, and 8 years ago at Jade. We get customers. We find distributors who want to go get customers, and then we get really good at getting people to the events. And then guess what we do the next day? We repeat it. And we repeat it. And it never gets bored because you come in contact with all kinds of new people. The following day you meet a Mary Louise Zeller. The following day you meet Mike Kagi. The following day you meet Chris Cannon. This becomes the most enriching opportunity you can imagine. But there's some mindset that you have to have going into this. So let's talk a little bit about broke versus millionaire mindset. Our broke mentality says we're seeking the approval of other people. Millionaire mindset says we create a support network. We're not asking anybody's permission to become successful. We're just looking for people to cheer for us along the way. Broke says we're asking other people's opinions. We're looking for reassurance. Whereas millionaire mindset, we form a board of directors. I have a board of directors in my life. We don't have official meetings. Nobody got a certificate to be a part of it. But when it comes to business, Mr. Kirk Hansen, Mr. Jim Hansen, Mr. Carl Taylor, Mr. Michael Bashir, they sit on my board of directors. You missed the last meeting, you guys. When it comes to love, relationship, support, knowledge, friendship, lively partnership, my husband is the chairman of the board. When it comes to spirituality, my Heavenly Father, my Savior, sit on that board of directors. I'm going to have people that are going to make me better, that are going to challenge me, that aren't going to tell me what I want to hear. They're going to tell me what I need to hear to grow to that next level. So create your own board of directors in your life and tune out all the other nonsense. Agreed? Broke mindset. We're waiting for the perfect time. We're sitting back. We're waiting to hit the lottery. We're waiting for the best thing in the world to happen to us. And we're still on our couch watching soap operas, right? Millionaire mindset, we're going to create the perfect timing. I always tell people, when somebody says, you know what, it's just not a good time for me to get involved in Kyani, or I don't have the time to get involved in Kyani, I say, you know what, that's my mistake. Because I obviously didn't create value in the presentation for you to see what you actually have in front of you. Because when something becomes a priority, when you start to see how you can solve all of the issues in your life, you will make time. If I found out 9 months from now, as busy as I am, I was having twins, I might rearrange my schedule a little bit. That's not an announcement, by the way. Honey, just make sure. Bro, looking for reasons not to do Kyani. Millionaire mindset, staying true to all the reasons to focus on Kyani. Why would I think of every reason not to come to Las Vegas when I can think of every reason I should be? Because those will 100 times, 99 out of 100 times, that will outweigh any of the reasons not to. Millionaire mindset, you focus on the reasons too. Broke, we let self-doubt, fear, worry, frustrations dictate our actions. We hold ourselves back. The millionaire mindset is the idea that I'm going to learn how to get out of my own way and accomplish anything I want to. Can you imagine if you had a conversation with yourself every single day and said, I'm just going to move out of my own way? So many times we blame the voices of our friends, our family, our neighbors, our co-workers. They're the ones that bring us down. Most of us need to turn off the voices in our head to get where we want to go. They're usually the ones creating the most problems. We need to become obsessed with our dreams. If your dream does not get you excited enough to move to action every single day, you need a new dream.
New dream.
You need to be propelled by the excitement, that enthusiasm, that frustration that you're not already where you need to be, where you want to be, where you crave to be. When your goals and your dreams become as important as oxygen, now you've got the right dream. When it's as important as breathing, when it's as important as feeding your children, now you have the right dream. You need a bigger dream. Working hard for something you don't love, that's called work. Working hard for something you love, it's called passion. Don't let anyone try to get in your way or tell you you're doing something wrong for chasing your dreams. That's the biggest mistake you can make. You've got to have that enthusiasm. You've got to be the craziest person in the room. Until someone tells you you are flat out crazy at the things you are doing, you are not working hard enough. Do you know how many people have told me I am insane? How do you do those things? How is it you and Angel are doing PBRs at 2 in the morning? We would finish a PBR in LA. We would think of somebody else we needed to talk to. Angel would get them on the phone. They were sound asleep. They'd already put their kids to bed. They were in their pajamas. He's like, no, you don't understand. I've got Becky and Bursell with me. We are on the freeway, but we're willing to turn around and drive another hour to come see you. And we're knocking on people's doors at 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you think they slept that night? Give everybody you know Kyani insomnia. What a great way to build your business. Don't let them sleep. You've got to have that fired up enthusiasm. You've got to create success stories. Start with your own success story. Start with going out and making things happen for yourself. And if an obstacle comes your way, you're like, bring it on. Let's do this thing. And another challenge comes your way, let's do this thing. You can't look at Kyani like a race or a marathon or a sprint. You have to start this at the starting line not knowing what kind of race it is. Is this going to be a sprint? Is this going to be a hurdle race? Is this going to be a half marathon? I don't care. I just know there's a finish line somewhere, and I'm getting there. I'm going to be there. I've never seen anybody fail in Kyani. I've never seen it. You either succeed or you quit. That's it. You got to figure out the category you're going to fall into. And you got to have fun with these guys. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. When somebody tells you no, you inside, I mean, don't laugh in their face, but inside, have a good chuckle. When somebody doesn't see the same vision that you have inside, have a good laugh. And move on. At some point, you will feel bad for people. When you don't ever have to worry about income again. When you can wake up every day, and this is my definition of success, I loved driving the Ferrari in the road rally. It was a lot of fun. I love the trips and the cruises and everything else that Kyani has to offer. But when you can wake up every day and money is no longer a stress in your life, you don't have to worry about what the interest rates are. You don't have to worry about debt because you have none. You don't have to worry about asking someone's permission to take vacation or a 401k plan. When you no longer have to ask someone else's permission to live your own life, and you get to dictate your 24 hours every single day, that is success. And that's what you have to plan on. There are two types of people, you guys. There are those that will go make things happen, and there are those that will look for reasons not to. And just to have a little fun, and I need all of my Spanish friends to forgive me and have a good sense of humor, but I want to show you a video that pretty much sums up how to go out and make it happen.
A que vaya a recoger la paella. Y me acuesto en su allá para abrir el restaurante que era el arroz. Y me llama el cocinero. Risita, ¿qué? Ven por la paella. Venga, en las 2 de la tarde ya están aquí. Miren, bañador. La chancla. Todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme la chancla y el bañador. Voy a la playa que ha subido la marea. Porque te estaba la mañana agarrando y te metí entre las piedras de chipiona del faro. Y cuando entra en el restaurante, bebé, el cocinero con una paellera y a ver solamente paella. Sevilla, y al último que cuando ya salió la vida en regla, estamos llorando los dos. Me corrompió la mano. Y ya no fui más, me fui andando a vuelo amarillo hasta hoy.
Like your stomach hurts, you'll always are. Have some fun, you guys. I have what's called a massive action motto. Just like that, gentlemen. You just go out and do, and do, and do, and do. And to get serious for just a moment, you guys, when I said I've been called some crazy things, I've been called some crazy things. And sometimes some not so nice things. I will tell you this, though. I remember who they are. Honestly, if you ask me names, if you ask me faces, I don't even remember. I remember situations, I remember words, but life is so ridiculous now, you will not even remember who they were. You will let those things go. Because there's no way you can live the life of a double black diamond, or a black diamond, or a purple diamond, and still have those feelings, or be upset about those things. It's water under the bridge. But when people come at you, I know people, literally have called me all kinds of things. They've called me crazy. They called me a bad mother before for leaving my kids at home when I had to be to an event. And there's not much more insulting to a woman than calling her a bad mom. How many ladies can agree with that? Call me ugly, call me bad. Don't call me a bad mom. But I can tell you this. When they're all doing the other things, we live in a neighborhood, for some reason, they're quite competitive with each other. And all the ladies are dressed to the nines, and they're worried about what car they drive, and what their kids' grades are, and who's the most athletic in the neighborhood, and all of these things. I try not to get too caught up in that, but so many times these moms will come up and they'll say, gosh, we didn't see you at the school book fair, Becky. We didn't see you there. I was like, yeah, I wasn't there. We didn't see you at the bake sale at the carnival, but you must have been working. Sorry, yeah, I was working. We didn't see you at girls' night out. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We didn't see you. Yeah, I wasn't there. And then I just say, but gosh, when we spent a month at Lake Powell on our 7-bedroom houseboat, I didn't see you there. I've never had someone who's more successful than I am consider my excessive action to be a bad thing. Because successful people know firsthand what it takes to achieve this kind of success. They know themselves how to get where they want to go and would never identify massive action with a negative thing in any way. Wouldn't happen. When experiencing massive action, though, you guys, you can expect to be criticized and labeled by other people. The second you start hitting it big, you'll immediately be judged by the mediocre. People who operate at a lower level of action will be threatened by your activity level, will often make it seem somehow wrong in order to make themselves right. These people cannot stand seeing others succeed. At this level, they will do everything to stop you, whereas successful people, they will encourage you. And a mediocre person will tell you that you're wasting your time. This won't work. No one wants to do those things. They don't want to work with you. You'll know you're stepping into the realm of massive action when you create new problems. I promise there'll be problems you love to have. They start to receive criticism. You'll get warnings from other people, all those things, you know. Stay the course, you guys. This activity will break you out of the hypnotic state of mediocrity that you've been taught to accept. Misery loves company, but more so, misery hates to lose company. And your friends, even though they are friends and we love them, they're going to have a hard time with you moving on without them. But guess what? That is no longer your problem. That is their problem. Obsession. Your obsession is defined as the domination of one's thoughts or feelings by a persistent idea, an image, a desire. And although the rest of the world tends to treat this mindset like a disease, I believe it's the perfect adjective for how you must approach your dreams. To dominate your goals, your dreams, your ambition, you must first dominate your every interest, your thoughts, your consideration, your downtime. Obsession is not a bad thing here. You need to become relentless. It's a requirement to get where you want to go. I don't know anyone of massive success, Olympians, CEOs of companies, doctors, attorneys, they have to become relentless with their dreams. You want to become so fanatical about your success that the world understands that you're not going to compromise or go away. You're here to stay. you're 100% committed and have complete enough conviction, you'll persist in pursuing your Kyani dreams. Obsession, you guys, it's like a fire. You want to build it so big that people feel compelled to sit around and just admire it. You'll have that effect. And as with fire, you have to keep fueling it. Adding wood to sustain it, heat, glow. You obsess over how to keep your fire burning, or it will turn to ashes. So my challenge to you, start building that fire. Let this weekend be the first log on that fire. And don't you dare walk out of this room and let somebody try to put it out. That's on you, that's not on them. That's how you see yourself and growing, you guys. No one else is going to come into your life and make your dreams come true. No one else is going to march into your world and create the options and freedoms that most people don't even realize exist. It has to be you. Doctor, if you have an MRI, you guys will look like this. Oh, we missed it.
Oops.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. Apparently, they couldn't wait back there anymore.
I don't blame you.
Shall we give away a car?